Hello and welcome to Feisty Sheep Reads Episode 7. Today, we have a very rare specimen in the fanfic reading community. A heterosexual fanfic. Yeah, as promised.
What? We promised that?
Yeah, last episode.
Oh, damn.
You weren't here, yeah.
I wasn't, paying attention, I guess, then, when I was listening.
Sorry?
So, this is a Zuko/Toph fanfic from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Totally canon, right, guys?
Yeah!
I think that was
This
the
is the
only
most
relationship that
canon.
had no way of happening. Like, they had one hug and, 3 lines of dialogue together.
They had a scene where they went off to look for something.
And then she hugs him. That was it. That was their whole interaction in the whole series.
And people ship it.
I'm pretty sure there was a scene, there was a time where she was like, when do I get to go on an adventure with Zuko?
Yeah.
And then she never did.
She did.
She did, kind of.
It was
Kind
the
of.
last...
It was
the scene we were talking about just now.
Yeah. Oh, technically, he did burn her feet, so I guess that's an interaction. That's a very romantic interaction, I guess.
Yes.
They say the feet is the closest limb to the heart.
Guys, hear this advice. Go burn your lady's feet.
Yeah.
She'll be with you forever.
She won't be able to see anything, and you'll capture her heart.
Makes her blind with love. Yeah.
So anyways, doing the voice of Zuko will be Manuel here.
I'm gonna try to do something about it.
He's going to do his best effort at a Dante Bosco.
And by that I mean I'm barely gonna try.
Dente Bosco?
Dante?
Like he's al dente?
Yeah, Dante Bosco. Alright, and doing the best Toph impression he can, Kevin Cabrera.
Woo!
And doing the hopefully best audience impression he can, Proaza.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
goes,
We told you to do one thing, Proaza.
Relax,
One
I'm paying
job.
attention. It's a fucking joke. Get over it.
one job!
Anyways, so this takes place on the annual reunion of the old gang, which they spelled wrong. It should have 2 A's in it. This is Avatar. Guys, come on.
Oof.
Class it up, the Flame Keeper. That's
That is
author.
the author, by the way.
Yeah.
That was not clear.
Zuko sees something he'll never forget.
Woo!
Alright, you guys ready?
Wait, I don't think it meant to say ang. It meant gang. Like group.
Wow, okay.
Oh my
It's-
god!
Oh my god! No, the name of the gang, as called
Just-
by
just-
fans, is GAANG, as in
Just keep
gang.
going.
Whatever.
I don't know why I have to
Okay,
explain
we
this to you.
we shouldn't call him out on these kinds of things.
We really shouldn't.
We'll bog down that whole episode if we do that.
Alright, so, as Zuko's eyes clapped on her, apparently his eyes can clap.
Okay, already starting off, I'm confused.
He knew that no one would believe him. It had been an honest mistake. Oh, the title of the story is an honest mistake.
Name
Wait.
drop.
Name drop, yeah,
Just
title drop.
A quick thing. Has anybody noticed what happens if you hit that contrast button? I just hit it. Click it.
On your computer?
Yeah. No. On the fanfic thing.
It becomes fantastic.
Yes!
Yeah, I figured. I mean, Deviant has it too.
I did not know that.
Oh, okay.
It becomes
He had just been in the wrong place at the wrong time, but the circumstances would be too mitigating to ignore. Zuko was a peeper.
Ba-bum.
I guess they revealed his weird fetish right here.
Dude, I swear, I didn't mean to be into voyeurism.
Mitigating.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day for this. It's expanding its vocabulary.
He thought alone made him shudder. Oh, the thought alone. He thought alone. The thought alone made him shudder in disgust. No, he was not. He'd been sitting amongst his friends at the Western Air Temple, the fire crackling warmly as they all told stories and laughed and enjoyed one another's company. It had been 4 years since the war ended. Oh, I guess they're legal age now?
Yeah.
No, wait, he's 20 and she's like 16.
It's
Whatever.
legal enough in most
That's legal here in
In
Florida.
most places, yeah.
old societies and stuff.
Yeah. I guess after you go through puberty. At least the author had the you know,
Decency?
decency to have the characters go through puberty first. Hopefully. Alright, it had been 4 years since the war ended, and the friends made a tradition of meeting in the temple during every solstice. It always gave Zuko a chance to break free of his Fire Lord duties for a while, and also catch up with his old companions.
Compadres.
Alright, someone else take over for Fire Lord for me for a few days. I'm gonna meet up with the Avatar, alright?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I
Who
can't
takes
imagine...
over, though, like...
He's like,
Iroh?
oh, what are you gonna do, start another war?
I fucking dare you.
I mean, his closest living relative is Azula.
It's Iroh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! Think of that.
Just because the actor dies doesn't mean the character dies.
That's
No, but I mean,
insensitive,
I totally
Matthias.
forgot that she could have taken over. He could have taken over for him. I didn't.
I think
catch
he might have been retired, but, like, I don't think he would have actually taken it up.
that. Okay.
I was like,
Well, the night had gone well. Everyone laughed at Aang's marble trick. Wait, it's been 4 years. They've seen it like several hundred times.
whoa, Aang, that is hilarious.
Shit.
With
It gets better every time.
What did Katara do?
Matthias.
What? I don't know. What did Katara do? Katara entertained them all with a hilarious demonstration of the water whip's effect on Sokka's head. Wouldn't that cut it off?
No, it would just
wasn't
hurt
it-
like a bitch.
Incredibly violent towards the end, like it could cut through metal.
That's just because...
That's why she controls it, you idiot. Come on.
Holy moly.
We're
And
not.
It doesn't have to be powerful.
We're never gonna finish this fanfic.
Yeah, we're not even past the intro.
And he even made his first successful pot of tea with some help from Suki. Wait, it took him 4 years to make a successful pot of tea?
Oh my god! Just go with
No!
it. Fucking pot of tea.
Eventually, everyone went to their respective rooms to sleep. Zuko had been on his way to his, but in his tired state he had opened the wrong door. And now he could only stare. A goddess was bathing in the pool. Everyone used to wash themselves. Wow, I just said that so weirdly. Small
Wait,
pink flowers resting on
wait.
the surface of the water. Her back to him. Her black hair cascaded down her back in waves, flowing deep into the water, longer than Katara's or Azula's hair.
Damn.
Why is he looking at a naked woman and thinking of his sister?
He needs a point of reference.
Yeah. Seriously. Get on his level, Matthias.
Alright, got it.
Get on his level? What?
What?
Just go with it.
Her
no, but
skin...
before we move on,
What?
how do you mistake the pools that everyone bathes in with your room?
He was tired.
Yeah.
How tired do you have to be to do that?
I mean, you had to be
Exhausted, Manuel.
like he just made the best cup of tea in his life.
No, that was Sokka who was making the tea.
No, it was Zuko.
Was it Zuko?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No.
I believe it from both of them.
No, Sokka was the one
It
who
was
got...
Sokka.
No, it was
Iroh
Zuko.
taught Zuko. Dude, Iroh was the one who taught Zuko how to make tea.
Right, and he did it horribly. Never... Okay,
Just move on.
whatever. Her skin was like new milk and seemed soft, awakening a feeling Zuko had never known existed.
Man, I really want new soft milk.
When she moved her arm to trace the surface of the warm water, he saw that swell of one pale, perfect, rose-tipped breast.
Stop it. That's just rude.
Is
It's
it?
terrible.
Alright,
pretty
I'll have to remove that in post. I'll beep it out in post.
It's just gonna be a really long beat.
That joke was so terrible. You need to censor it, Matthias.
I did. I needed to. It wasn't until the goddess turned her head slightly that Zuko saw the pale green sightless orbs.
Oh god, guys, it's tough. No one saw that coming.
Whoa. Well, the long hair did throw people off.
Yeah. I mean, she had short hair. Well, no, it was long, wasn't it? It was just really poofy.
Yeah.
Guys,
No,
are
she
you
just
saying that he hadn't met Toph until then?
No,
Because there was a reunion happening.
no, I mean, he's talking about, the reveal that it's Toph came out with the pale green eyes. Zuko must have made some sound, some indrawn breath, for Toph turned quickly, her unseen eyes staring right at him, facing him in all her naked glory. With a blush on his cheeks, Zuko's first instinct was to apologize, cowering fear as she rained an avalanche upon him. But he stopped. As Toph continued to stare confusedly in front of her, no anger or recognition in her manner, Zuko realized she didn't know he was there, which
Right.
meant he should leave. Now.
Wait.
Just keep on going.
She knows how people are through their walking. She would have known he was there before he... Fuck it.
Unless she's floating.
I guess.
Well,
maybe.
but she's
Or
not.
she's
in.
bathing and the water is like blocking her senses.
It's not how Earth works. Oh, yeah, continue.
Yeah, okay. Which meant he... Having some decency, Zuko averted his eyes as Toph shrugged her shoulders and resigned herself to her bath as he carefully and silently closed the stone door behind him. I feel there should have been another comma there. Somewhere in that sentence.
Yeah, that's really long.
That was a fierce blush scorched him like an inferno across Zuko's face as he slowly backed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say he would know.
Oh, that's harsh.
As he slowly backed up until his back hit the wall. Suddenly, he needed air.
Aang,
All of a sudden,
I need your advice.
God damn it!
This is filled with puns and jokes and stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it?
seriously, I think so. Maybe we're just noticing them. Or maybe
I don't even know if it's intentional or not.
I doubt it.
it's really hard.
Like that inferno on their face. That's just too perfect to be like intentional.
It's an inferno in his cheeks.
Whatever.
Anyways, alright, so that marks the end of the introduction, and now we get to the meat of the story, I guess.
Ooh.
Ooh. With a sigh of contentment, Toph slipped on her Earth Kingdom shirt, sliding her thin legs into her pants. They came on like a second skin. Ew. And she reveled in the feeling, glad to no longer be uncovered. She normally wasn't afraid of anything, but she couldn't escape the feeling of being watched. Tightening her arm bracelets, Toph exited the bathroom. She frustratedly blew a strand of hair out of her face when she realized how damp it was. She really wanted to go to bed, but her hair needed to dry first. She honestly didn't know why she hadn't cut it yet.
I don't think she'd care whether or not her hair was dry to go to sleep.
Yeah, didn't she fall asleep one episode with her hair wet and caked in mud or something? Why would she?
That's mud. That's earth, not water. Come on.
She could roll in mud.
Yeah, she could, to clean out the water. Toph could go and reignite the campfire and maybe find something to eat. Her stomach growled in protest and the decision was made. I'm confused about what her stomach is growling in protest of igniting the campfire?
Continue.
Why aren't
Whatever.
you eating yet? Ugh.
As she approached the campsite, she was surprised to feel that someone was there. They were sitting, and she could feel the earth hardening beneath the flames of the rekindled fire. Less work for her. It wasn't until she could feel the heat of the fire that the person started, their heartbeat escalating. That was natural. Toph had sneaked up on them.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, Manuel,
Oh,
Dante Vasco impression.
no. I don't want to try that
You
anymore.
could do it.
No.
I believe in you.
Mainly because I don't even... It's just very subtle.
It's kind of like a smoker, but they haven't smoked.
What? Anyways, that's rough, buddy. That's my practice line.
Okay.
It's not very good.
Getting
I
into
can't...
character, audience. Not
Toph.
you, Proaza. Alright, Zuko's voice sounded a little off. It
Yeah,
still
see? I'm doing it well then.
It still held that calm, deep note, but his voice just seemed a bit higher than usual.
What are you doing here?
No. What?
The-
Don't read his lines for him, Danny. He's getting into character. Let him.
What are you doing here?
Toph didn't detect the forced casualness.
It wasn't forced.
Right, I'm confused. Okay, Toph shrugged as she sat opposite him, getting a roll out of a basket beside her
Out
and
of
taking
his basket.
an appreciative bite. Wow. She gestured to the food.
I was hungry.
She took another bite.
Plus, my hair's wet. Needs to dry.
Sassier, Kevin.
I was hungry.
Racist,
My
Kevin.
hair be wet.
Tone
Needs
back
to
the
dry.
racism.
Yeah, we said sassy, not racist.
Who said
Come on.
that's racist? What, are you associating that voice with a race?
I'm associating you with being racist.
I
What
feel
do.
triggered, Manuel.
That is the sound. That is the voice you use when you're being racist.
Do you
sir.
actually have a rape whistle?
I give it to him.
It's just a whistle.
It's a long story.
Toph's brows furrowed when she felt Zuko's heartbeat quicken as he moved slightly, almost like a flinch. There was a silence and she stopped eating, lowering the roll and listening in Zuko's direction.
Zuko, is everything okay?
No.
She asked slowly, again the quickening of his heart. That doesn't make a sense as like a... What?
That doesn't make a sense, guys. That doesn't make a sense.
His heart
You can
was
quote me on that.
beating fast again.
Just
Yeah, I get what she intended to say, but as a sentence, as a standalone sentence, it just doesn't
I think it's fun.
make sense. She
Fun
felt
enough
him
for you to continue.
She felt him shuffle his feet, arms clasping in front of him. She couldn't see how his cheeks reddened or the guilt that was plainly displayed on his features.
Never better.
He said shortly.
never been.
Toph frowned. Something was up, but if Zuko didn't want to talk about it, then she supposed she would just have to get on with her life without knowing. She felt a spot on her back stick to her.
Ooh.
There.
Toph stood and moved near the fire, placing her hands behind her neck and fanning her hair out before her to get the full heat from the flames, her head down. She held an impatient huff when she heard Zuko give the smallest gasp, with his heart stuttering. What was his deal? Toph had an idea.
Hey, Sparky.
She said, not raising her head. She felt Zuko go still before he answered.
What?
Are you telling me that you're going to sit there and watch a girl struggle to dry her hair, not even offer to help?
Yes.
I thought she didn't like to be considered, like, a girl on the show.
Well, 4 years happened, I guess.
I guess. Now she's a woman, so she likes to be considered a girl. A silence, and Toph could detect nothing from him.
Silence.
Then she heard shifting as he raised himself up, the scuffle of booted feet on stone as he made her way over to him. He stopped a bit behind her.
Cabrera, blow that whistle.
Why?
Nothing.
For her.
For the joke, yeah.
But it's late, and I shouldn't really be blowing it anymore.
You shouldn't be blowing a lot of things.
It was inconsiderate.
Manuel, you're lying.
Oh. Stand up straight.
He commanded softly. She did what he said, curious as to what he might do. She hadn't expected him to actually do as he She hadn't expected him to actually do as she said, only come closer. Toph felt herself stiffen when he took a section of hair near her face in between her fingers. Wait, guys. I'm trying to work out the sexual joke I could do here.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Toph isn't the only thing stiffening. I could do better. Come on, let's think.
Was that supposed to say his fingers? Not her fingers?
When he took a section of hair near her face in between her fingers? Yeah, it should be his fingers.
I think. Unless she had hair in her hands. Which,
maybe.
I think...
He dragged
Very speculative. Not
Yeah,
very
no, it should be his fingers.
We were very speculative this episode.
I know.
No, not that many quips going on.
There's a lot of pronoun confusion. That's because
Kelly's not here. It's because Kelly's not here. Kelly makes this show. Podcast.
He doesn't make this show.
He just makes it better.
Technically makes the show.
Yeah, technically I do, because I record and edit all that stuff.
He's Feisty Sheep.
Yeah, he's feisty. He makes the
Yeah,
clips.
we didn't name him that for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
We apologize to all Feisty Sheep fans.
So anyways, he dragged his finger, he being Zuko, not Feisty. It'd be weird if he showed up in this.
Continue.
He dragged his hand slowly through it, his other hand following until it reached the ends. Toph could feel the warm heat from his hands as he repeated the process, and soon it was dry.
I was gonna say, oh shit,
Wait a second.
Fire.
How do you have... You can't have cold heat. I mean, warm heat's just redundant.
Well, it's not hot heat. It sounds like a movie.
Hot heat.
Hot heat.
It probably is. Well, there is a fictional book, Cold Heat, or Frozen Heat.
Continue. I don't know.
When Zuko moved to the next section, Toph reached up to hold her long hair in the palm of her hand. Yep, definitely dry.
When did you get so good with hair?
Toph asked. She felt Zuko shrug.
It's very common in the Fire Nation.
She nodded and stopped talking, allowing herself to submit to his ministrations. Another word of the day.
Yep.
She shivered when Zuko laced his warm fingers through her hair on her scalp and pulled down, drying the strands instantly and causing her hair to come around her like a warm blanket. Toph had never really liked having anything done for her. She hated for people to think she was a helpless blind girl. But she thought she could get used to what Zuko was doing. Toph's eyes slid closed and she made a low sound in her throat as Zuko ran his hands through her hair. She felt him pause and shift his weight, letting her hair go.
What?
He asked quietly. Toph let out a small breath, her back still turned and eyes closed.
That just feels really good.
She sighed. Kevin, sigh. There was a stillness, a second long, and she felt Zuko move in front of her. She opened her eyes to ask him what was wrong when she froze. Zuko had leaned close, the pad of his warm thumb running against her bottom lip.
Stop me.
He breathed right before his lips touched hers. Startled, Toph jerked slightly, eyes wide, making a small sound. She could only resist Zuko's soft lips on her own gentle coaxing.
Oh my god.
Wait, she could only register, not resist. She supposed that's what startled her the most, how gentle he was. Zuko was a firebender. They were hotheads who did things without thinking. Racism, Toph! Racism!
Way to be racist.
Seriously.
Toph, you think you have a problem.
So when Zuko had kissed her, she had expected something hard.
Demanding.
That's where I decided to pause. Demanding. Forceful. Not this. Not this soothing and sweet and wonderful kiss that threatened to have her legs drop right out from under her. That's when Toph felt Zuko start to pull away. Wait. Guys, I think we...
What?
Moving...
You gotta censor that joke, too.
Yeah.
Not because it was in bad taste, because it was really just a bad joke.
It was just horrible. Okay. That's also getting censored. Half my lines getting beeped out. Hey, that's gonna be Kelly's appearance since he's the beep.
Jesus.
That's when Toph felt Zuko start to pull away. Moving more on instinct than common sense, Toph put her hands on his shoulders, returning the kiss. There was only a moment's hesitation, a second of holding back, and then his arms were around her and all caution was thrown to the sky. Toph felt like lightning was constantly coursing through her.
Excuse me, sir. Lightning, not lightning.
Fine.
That's true.
Sorry, I was
Lightnings.
correcting the spelling error. Like an asshole. My bad. Toph felt like lightning was constantly coursing through her, zapping her wherever Zuko's hands strayed.
I mean, he can use lightning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
so, you know.
She's actually dead, and this is...
This is him fucking a corpse.
That wasn't what I was going for, but you know... You can move on now.
I guess. He molded her body to his, making it clear that she wasn't going anywhere. Their mouths were fused together, and when they broke for air, the night resounded with their gasps.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Zuko murmured breathlessly, his hands sinking lower from her back. Toph nodded in agreement.
Yeah, we'll just pretend this never happened.
She closed her eyes, a light blush gracing her features when Zuko's hand brushed over and past her butt, resting on the side of her hip. Frankly, she thought they were kidding themselves if they thought they could stop. Thanks for giving us an internal monologue that Toph was having. Proaza.
Matthias, it's because they're kids.
They're old. They're like in their 20s now.
Toph isn't?
She's like 17, 16, 17, something
She's
like
old
that.
enough.
She's old enough to not be a kid anymore.
She's tough.
Toph moved her hands up from Zuko's
Fuck
chest,
you, Manuel.
slowly making a trail until her palms covered his neck. She felt his shallow... Like, that's it.
She felt his swallow.
Oh, his swallow. Oh my god. How did I confuse a W and an H? Ugh, I have eyesight problems.
Go to sleep.
She felt his swallow as her hands traveled upwards, resting on his cheeks. She heard him let out a rush of air, and with a curse he crashed his lips into hers. She anchored her hands at the base of his neck, meeting his lips as passionately. Toph knew that this could create problems later, especially with the moody, enigmatic Fire Lord, but at the moment, she didn't care. Zuko's hand slowly slid up her shirt, revealing behind a trail of burning fire. What?
Shit!
Oh
She's
my...
dying.
Toph's breathing hitched when he rested his palm on her breast. Of course, because it's on fire now. She moaned, unintentionally giving him more access, and his tongue met hers.
It's metaphorical fire, gentlemen.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know, because, you know, she does so much
Because we're dealing with firebenders.
I guess it could be a metaphorical
I mean,
fire.
it was intentional to be a metaphor, but I don't know.
So many feelings were.
So
See,
many
they put the wrong
feelings.
were. So many feelings were going through Toph, she didn't know how to deal with the different emotions and aches that were quickly consuming her.
Ah!
She broke away from his kiss. Kevin, a louder ah! Exclamation point.
Ah!
Alright, I like the Andre the Giant impression. Am I gonna have to censor that joke too? She broke away from the kiss, eyes closed, when Zuko began rubbing her nipple, eliciting many more cries from the young earthbender. Because it's on fire. Okay, Manuel, your line.
Toph.
He murmured, eyes hooded. This was getting dangerous. If they didn't stop soon, she could burn alive? Zuko groaned when Toph's hands ran under his shirt, gliding across the hot, smooth skin, memorizing every...
Please, stop!
What?
I don't even know. Memorizing every plane and crevice her petite hands came across. Toph was surprised when Zuko's lips suddenly moved away from hers, his hands coming out from under her shirt, his other hand holding onto her arm. Without the contact, she felt cold.
Zuko?
She asked hesitantly. She took a step forward, sliding her hand into his palms. He seemed to steady himself. Toph could feel his breathing evening out before he spoke.
I don't want to do anything we'd regret later.
I wouldn't regret it.
She said straight away. Then her words echoed back to her, and she blushed in her eagerness. Zuko smiled and tugged on her hand. He turned and kicked dirt into the fire, putting it out.
I'll walk you to your room.
It was a silent walk back, the two young lovers conscious of their sleeping friends. They stopped outside Toph's room, and before she could even start to say something awkward, Zuko's lips were on hers.
Very big.
Oh, Manuel. Okay,
Manuel, no!
we're so close to the end.
Yeah.
I guess I'll continue. She wasted no time in returning the kiss and pouting when he pulled back. She had his deep chuckle and enjoying the sound. What?
Whatever.
No. Don't whatever me, Kevin.
It's missing an R, I think.
Huh?
Heard?
She
I
heard...
think it's trying to say heard.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, she heard his deep chuckle and enjoying the sound.
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense,
Yeah,
but whatever.
What? Okay. He cupped her cheek with his palm and looked into her deep, pale green eyes. That's
Sorry
how
about that.
Alright, Manuel. Just finished off at your line.
Where is that?
You think I'm gonna let... Yeah.
You think I'm gonna let you go? Let you go?
He smiled, placing his forehead on hers as her hands placed themselves on his shoulders. Her
And then
touch
he
was...
headbutted her, knocked her out, and it got really dark.
That'd be a weird ending. But yeah, that sounds much better than probably what's gonna happen. The next two sentences. Her touch was like fire, and Zuko knew he'd always craved that particular flame. He held back the urge to crash her against him again. Kevin, that's your line, I think.
Is that?
I don't know. It could be anybody's line.
Danny,
What?
read it.
That's your line.
I don't want to read it.
That's your line, Danny. Just fucking read it.
What? Fuck, no!
There will be other times. And, like, the other time is where we will remove Danny.
Yeah, probably. So the apparent noobness of my story. This is obviously my first... Oh, from the apparent noobness of my story, this is obviously my first Avatar The Last Airbender fic. Like, love, hate, I gotta know. Review, please. ASRC, whatever that means.
This person has written a lot of stuff.
Has she? And apparently she still gets her sentences confused. There is such a thing as proofreading.
People like the... Someone said it was hot, which I think was intended as a pun.
And they cited it, cat. Oh my Toko, this was awesome. What the fuck is a Toko? Oh, I must say I was surprised with this fic. I wasn't expecting this like it is. The plot is nothing much, but it's linear and non-bumpy. The writing, which she spelled wrong, is quite decent. Ooh, I hope you are thinking of continuing this fiction. I haven't seen your lastest work, but I will go to your profile to see what more you have been writing, which, once again, she spelled wrong. Keep up the good job, ooh.
Ooh is like a face. I hope this is a foreigner, because
Lastest work.
I think we're good with the reviews for now.
I guess so. So those were some of the reviews. There are actually a surprising amount of reviews. There's like 46, so we're not going to read them all. And two of them just say cute.
This is a 2-year-old fanfic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Favorite yayest. Oh,
What?
Toko is the shipping name.
Oh.
Well, we uncovered that mystery for you fans listening. If you've been actually keeping up,
Paying attention. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you stopped.
For 30 minutes.
We love you, though.
Kelly's cameo as the beep probably is what kept you going.
Keep the credits, guys. Get the credits rolling.
So we'll add another one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like. And right, that's getting beeped out.
Proaza, that's why we don't keep you around.
That's why you don't fucking talk, Proaza.
I talked enough.
So, anyways, thanks for listening. Right, subscribe, like, comment, like us on Facebook.
Like, subscribe, like.
Yeah, basically.
What are you, a Valley girl?
Yes, I guess I would be.
No offense to any Valley girls listening.
Damn it, Kevin! The no singing rule applies to you too.
What?
Yeah, there's a no singing rule.
Yeah, for Proaza, because he kept singing last podcast.
There's a no singing rule?
Yeah.
I would
And on that
suggest
note, thanks for listening. Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Don't go.
Bye. People, say bye.
Oh.